Hey VC, it's been a while. Yeah, nothing particular going on. Just been putting more time into building my digital collection lately. But nevertheless, yeah, I've been picking up a lot of vinyl and CDs over the last 6 months. Maybe not as much as usual, which is why I haven't been doing videos. So I got quite the stack through. Just kind of been busy with a lot of stuff. Just work's been blowing up and I've been putting a lot of effort into getting recertified as a DM, dive master. But I've gotten busy, so I haven't even been able to do that. So anyway, nothing particular. Just got back from Minnesota, I was out in the Boundary waters doing some canoeing. So I picked up some stuff from Electric Fetus, which was apparently Prince's Hangout in Minneapolis. So anyway, jumping right in. Got quite the stack, so let's see if I can get through this. So this is a comp I found there, which is really cool. It's just called Red Dot, and it's covered a little beat up, but it's pretty hard to find. It's all like experimental stuff. It kind of leans into no wave territory a lot, so definitely not for everyone. But it's all like it starts out with Minimal Man, if that gives you an idea of what it sounds like. But yeah, Research Library especially I'm really connected with. But it's a really good kind of no wavy comp. It is a yeah. This is from like '81, I think. So it's got like a bone colored vinyl. It matches the cover, and then yeah, it's got kind of like a faint marble swirl kind of thing going on. The early copies apparently came with like an insert, which this one does not have, but there's only one pressing on Discogs, so this I wasn't gonna pass it up. So that's a pretty cool find I had out there. It wasn't got a pretty good price on it because they go for some big money on Discogs, strangely. Um, Actually, I haven't listened to this particular pressing yet, but I picked this up yesterday or the other day. Um, so found a first press Canadian. They also strangely had a first press American, but this one just seemed to be the cleaner copy. This is one of my favorite album covers of all time. Not necessarily my favorite Sparks album, but yeah, Sparks, Kimono My House. I had to pick that up. Just like I think my collection's starting to shift a little bit because like I'm moving a lot of stuff to digital that I'm not. And I'm kind of reevaluating like what I'm keeping on vinyl versus what I'm going to keep on like FLAC or something. Ever since I got a R2R DAC, I just kind of like, yeah, it sounds identical to the vinyl. Like, yeah, so I have like the the Audio Technica ML X740, some micro line. But anyway, yeah, there's it's a really good cartridge, but honestly, like, there's very little difference in the warmth anymore once I switched to R2R DAC. So I'm kind of leaning towards just I'm kind of reevaluating what's in my collection. So I might do a big purge. We'll see. This was another pickup there. I don't think it's like a super duper rare because I'm reading the reviews on Discogs. This is a very polarizing release. But yeah, Pat Metheny, Ornette Coleman, Charlie Hayden, Jack G. Jeanette, and Coleman's son on drums. So two drummers. Very interesting. Definitely, I've only given it a listen once. It's at least a 4 in my book, but the second side I think is easier, is more accessible. The first is very similar to. It's more looking at it. I think Ornette Coleman wrote most of the tracks on here, um, which tells me it's more in the vein of free jazz. If you like that album, you probably should check this out. It's got a little more electronic. This is like mid '80s, so it's like got a lot of like kind of more electronics going on. But it's in that kind of vein. The first side's a little harder to get into, but I think with subsequent listens, I think I'm gonna like this a lot more. But it was even for me. Like I think the first side was not the most accessible. The second side I slid right into, no problem. Yeah, I found it's really clean copy. Probably been played like a couple times, so happy to pick that up. They don't go for a lot in Discogs. Song X by Pat Metheny. Honestly, picked this up the other day. I haven't listened to yet, but it's got good reviews. I just wanted a good Shirelles comp. So the vinyl looked pretty clean. It's a repress. But whatever. It's a comp. This one is again. It's not an original pressing. It's like I think it's like a '70s, late '70s pressing. But it got it $6. Yeah, whatever. That's it's the one I wanted in my collection, but I don't need the original. It's a quite, this shows up in the VC a lot, so it's like I give that a 4.5. So that's Song for My Father by the Horace Silver Quartet. So excellent, kind of I don't know, Latino infused jazz, whatever. Latin jazz. Well, this might be one of my favorites, maybe my favorite out of the whole bunch. This was found at a Japanese record store about 5 minutes from my house, which is pretty crazy because it's the closest record store to me. And I'm not in Japan anymore. But yeah, it's a 10-inch I found there. This was like a side project of a couple of the Zelda girls from Japan, which is one of the early punk bands. So this is 1984, Maneki Neko Kage Kaiden. Mane Neko's those cats with the paws. So the first song collection, I guess, was the translation on the title. Really good. I don't know if I classify it punk, but definitely kind of like experimental avant-garde. A lot of kind of experimentation, like you get, kind of in your Anne Peacock, what's her name, Laurie Anderson kind of vein, but Japanese. They don't actually play polka, just about the cover. I love that cover though. But yeah, excellent. Really like this one. Or if you're familiar with the Japanese bands, it's kind of in that vein of like After Dinner. So good one there. I got this from the same store, not Japanese pressing, but I've given up on finding a cheap copy of this. And this was a reasonable copy. Yeah, 15, whatever. I gave up. These used to be in like thrift stores all the time, and you just don't see them anymore. But I really wanted this on vinyl, so I got paid up a little bit for a clean copy. Probably bought in Japan, but as an American pressing. This was from antique stores. I honestly paid too much for this, but I did want some miracles in my collection. So I think I'm kind of some of the kind of the soul stuff I'm wanting to get on vinyl. That's and yes, some stuff just I don't know. It's harder to get clean, good sounding copies on digital. This was kind of an impulse by the same store. Greatest Rap Hits Volume 2. So I had Sugar Hill, Grandmaster Flash, Spoonie G in the sequence, Funky 4, and Grandmaster Flash with the Wheels of Steel. So, 4-ish. I think they had it priced a little high, but it wasn't crazy. It was like $5, $6, $7, whatever. It's kind of cool though. I like that old school, like late '70s, early '80s hip hop sometimes. This one I've been wanting, but I saw it. The price dipped a lot on Amazon. I don't know if they still have it. This is Count Buffalo, and the that's just noticing the hinges starting to wear a little bit. Count Buffalo and what's it called? Count Buff. I'm sorry. Well, anyways, Count Buffalo and something. I forget. This is Uganda, but African rock. Blah blah blah. That's interesting because I didn't notice they didn't have the English translation on this. But yeah, this is I think a British reissue. Like they went. It's one disc. I think there's no inserts, or it's like a single page insert. It's all foam inside. It's cool packaging though. I think they could. Yes, that's all it is. There's not even an insert. Oh no, there is a single page insert, but it's all foam. That's kind of funny. But I think they're replicating the original packaging and dude's definitely kind of full of himself. But yeah, Uganda, Count Akira Ishikawa and the Count Buffaloes. There you go. I don't think it has his name on the outside though. That's interesting. Didn't notice that. But yeah, has got the original Japanese insert. Since they had all the space in here, I'm kind of bummed that they didn't do some English translations or something. But yeah, it's kind of cool that they redid the package, but that is going to take a lot of real estate. So it's kind of a little psychedelic tinged jazz rock fusion with obviously a heavy African vibe there. He had, I think, 2 albums. There's another, 2 albums in this vein that were quite famous. The other one has him with a, I don't know how you call it, like the Patriot hat, whatever, the 3-corner triangular hat on it. And kind of dressed, George Washington-esque on the cover, but it's African stuff. But yeah, I'd say it's worth picking up, but yeah, unfortunately, it's going to take a chunk of real estate. That thing's like a 5-disc sized box. Yeah, I can't remember I showed this last time, but you know this album. Great album. Album gets a 5. Pressing here gets a 3. It's a shitty digital repress. I would get the original. Pleasure Principle. This was kind of a blind buy. Just sounded interesting. It was. I'd give it a 4 actually. Small, independent press. Kind of jazz by the. They're saying they're classically, the musicians are classically trained, and then they're doing jazz. Nowadays is nothing special, but it's kind of cool. Thundering Silence by Oxymoron. Mora. I can't remember if I showed this last time. I got this around Christmas. Cat Power, Greatest. This pressing sounds amazing. Really, dynamic and clean sounding. That's a 5 all day long. I saw it around somewhere between there and Moon Power Tour. It was great with Steve Shelley. Got this repressed. Milo Goes to College because the originals are going crazy. Again, good pressing. The album. That's a classic. You need that. Yeah, Candy Stanton. This one, I like Candy Stanton. I bet there's like a really good compilation for her because I don't think her albums are kind of inconsistent. I'm around a 3.5 or 4 on this, but I can't remember if there's any big hits on this guy because it's been a while since I listened to it. Victim, Honest, I Do Love You, Yesterday Evening. Yeah, I don't think any of her big hits were on here, but yeah, Soul obviously. I picked up the Crazy Rhythms repress, though. This was again a Christmas gift. Excellent. I think it's on the Swirled vinyl if anyone cares. Or no, it's not. It's a clear blue, whatever. Clear. It's like standard clear blue vinyl. This Newberry, whatever. But yeah, excellent sounding. My uncle swears by I think their second album, but I don't know, it's harder to get a hold of. This one's the one everyone goes crazy for. This was, I think I got this at like a bookstore, but Gate 2 with John Abercrombie, Dave Holland, and Dak Jeanette again. Yeah, your ECM. Yeah, 4 is standard ECM sound, like it's 4-ish, maybe a little higher, 4 1/4. I don't know. I wouldn't call it essential, but it's quite good. So if you see it at a reasonable price, I would definitely pick that up. Again, I think this was a Christmas thing. Embrace repress shoe. I think it's on yellow or something. I can't remember what color. I think it's just it's clear yellow, and I put it in upside down apparently. Yeah, so it's the clear yellow version. This was between Minor. This is Ian Mackay between Fugazi and Minor Threat. I don't know if I'd quite call it emo, but it's starting to get in that wheelhouse. And I can't remember again if I showed this. Apologies if I did. Definitely not in everyone's wheelhouse, but this is Lydia Lunch with Kim Gordon and Sadie Mae. I think these are mostly live recordings. So it's them it's named after, and a lot of the songs are based on the writer Harry Crews. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I'd give it a 4. I love Lydia Lunch. I love Kim Gorin, so it's kind of a must-have for me. But yeah, that's the prices get all over the place on that, so it's probably not for everybody. But that was a must-have for me. This was a kind of a blind buy. You see this all the time for like $2, so I wouldn't go too crazy on it. It's all right. Joan Arma Trading, Welcome to the Letters. Probably end up purging this one, but yeah, 3.5, 4. It's just the early '80s soul stuff. Yeah, this again, Touched by the Supremes. Always Consistent. That's a 4-ish. This one I don't know. I've been kind of on a synth pop kick lately, so I had to pick this up. This is the one with Do You Wanna Hurt Me or whatever. But yeah, kind of I think they're better off with like a good comp. But yeah, I think the price was right, so I just got the vinyl. And maybe that's enough for me. It might be my one and done Culture Club. Yeah, 3.5. But yeah, needed a couple of those songs. This one is excellent. Maybe you can still get it. It's been a while since I bought it. This is Cerebrus Shoal, third album. This was reissued on Temporary Residence, limited edition color, yada yada. And I think there's a booklet in there. I can't remember what color that is, but anyway. So kind of, yeah, Sean, you'd probably like this a lot. So I've been picking up a lot of stuff. They're kind of all over the place. If Sunburnt Hand of the Man, that sort of thing. They're little jammy, experimental. I don't know how their sound can be a little all over the place. But per album, so every album's a little different. So they get, sometimes they get a little more droney, sometimes, whatever. But highly recommend this one. It's a 4.5, 5 all day long. Cerebrus Soul, third album, remastered by Bob Weston, audiophile grade double vinyl. What's the name of this? Home, I think? Yeah, Home Anniversary Edition. There you go. And again, this is one that I missed out on, a Numero box set. This is C-Clamp. Includes 3 records and a nice booklet. I kind of slept on this one when it first came out. This was published about the same time all those Unwound boxes came out. Dream Backwards, C-Clamp, just like the Tool. Yeah, this one again, 4.5, 5 all day long. It's a little emo, it's a little math rocky. It's kind of right down the middle there. It's before all the genres are really more established, I guess. Leans a little more in the math rock side, but it's definitely emo-y. It shows the band's progress, and very nice booklet as you would expect from Numero. So highly recommend this one. I think I got this for under 30, I think, on like Amazon or something, but it's been a while. I've had this for a while. Highly recommend that one. If you like math rock or like that second gen emo, got a big stack of CDs as well. Just try to get through these. Some thrifts, some not. Gideon FDM, Angst. Yeah, I think they're one of the industrial bands that hasn't held up as well, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I got this thrift. I can't remember. Some of this stuff's a little hazy. It's been 6 months, but yeah, they have 4-ish. Kind of cool comp I found. Soul Hits of the 80s. Again, pretty solid 4 for comp. A lot of the one-hit wonders. Had to pick up Cher. This is my one and done Cher. If I Could Turn Back Time comp. Sounds excellent. Found some Arrested Development. I think it's held up pretty well. It's kind of a surprise how low this was rated on Discogs. This is the 3 years, 5 months, and 2 days in the life of. 4-ish. This was like a obscure thrash release. Might throw this on Discogs or something at a later date. Who knows? Probably not essential, but it's pretty rare apparently. No Solution, self-titled. Yeah, I can't remember where they're from. I think they're East Coast. I don't think they're a DC based, but they're probably like in New York or Jersey, something like that. So yeah, just standard '93 release, self-release. So I don't know, 4-ish, but I'm not a big thrash person. I'll give that another listen. I might throw it on Discogs. I think it was worth way more than I paid for it. Living Color. This was the Time's Up one. Living Color. It still holds up pretty well. It was that kind of transition into grunge era. This was one of those CDs that you always see on. I was kind of curious. You always see those like free CDs on Instagram, so I kind of jumped on this one because it was like $5. Got it signed by the artist. This was he's from Denmark, yeah. So yeah, or Denmark or Finland or something, but the disc is from Denmark. So piano jazz, kind of your modal stuff. Yeah, it's very solid for. I liked it. Am I going to listen to a lot? I'm not sure. I like piano jazz, but I don't know. Give it a couple listens in the past, so it's good to go back on there. It's definitely one of those ones you can put on and kind of listen to while you're working. But yeah, I don't know. The jury's out. I Since I got the DAC, I started experimenting with some of these CD comps. Some are it's kind of hit or miss. Some are really good and some aren't. These are these ones that come with like 5 discs. They reproduce the album art. This one I would stay far away from. It's garbage. Yeah, these are later remasters, and they definitely fall into the loudness wars. There's a lot of clipping if you have a good DAC or whatever, or a better DAC anyway. DACs get pretty crazy in price. Yeah, there's a lot of clipping, and you can hear just how garbage the masterings on this one is. I might just hold on to this. I went and sourced the FLACs, like the proper copies that sound good for the albums on here, just so I had like a better sounding copy because I wanted the album art. Like one or two of the early ones I might seek out the actual LP or something, but yeah, this one has True Blue and Like a Prayer, which are essentials. Ray of Light. I still like her later stuff a lot, if I'm honest, but I'm really into her early stuff because that was kind of like childhood. Yeah, Music, which is good. Conventions and Dance Order, which is also good. So it's a good selection, but some of the newer stuff, the track listing doesn't match what's on here. It was like a budget garbage mastering. If you have a decent system, it's not really worth it. If you're playing that on like your Walkman, that's probably sufficient. I don't think I paid more than $10 for it, so I don't feel too cheated. I think one of them, like the mastering is so garbage, it just wouldn't track. It's like, ugh. Found this in the thrift, I think. Singles, it was just more nostalgia than there are some good tracks on there. I don't think appear many other places though. This is that Pizzicato 5 comp. I actually picked up 2 Pizzicato 5s, the same thrift. But yeah, one was really scratched. I'm kind of debating if I tried. Actually, yeah, I'm going to show you. I just happened to have it. I picked up some of this to do the resurfacing on it. It didn't work that well, so I'm not going to. Yeah, whatever. These days, I don't really care. But I might give up on that. But Pizzicato 5, this is their like a comp that. Well, this is available in the U.S. Japanese. I don't know what you call that. It's kind of. It was kind of influenced by the whole trip hop movement, but it was definitely not trip hop. It was calypso, sampling, whatever. I don't know how to describe it, but like joyful music. Definitely worth checking out for a lot of you. Pizzicato 5. This is a comp. They're best of. I think it's a single disc, and this does have a vinyl release as well. So that one, if that'd be very much a one and done situation. If you're interested, then stream them. If you like them, pick it up. This is a local band. I got to see them a few times over the years. I have like some 7-inches from them that I think are better. One Spot Fringe Head, self-titled. Didn't have those. I found a a reasonable copy because I definitely didn't press that much. These was on the Merkin label out of Baltimore, which I think is still around. Um, but yeah, it definitely has a lot of that kind of early '90s production, which I'm sometimes mixed about. It sometimes I feel like it feels a little dated, but they were definitely a good live band. Yeah, 3.5, 4. I think it feels a little dated, unlike some of these others. This is a band I'm pretty sure I saw in Richmond. VSS. Nervous Circuits is the album. This is the like a promo copy, so it's like the thin CD, but it's the full album. More experimental. Again, it's kind of a little mix of. Actually, I might have bought this because they were name dropped in the C-Clamp book. I don't remember where they were from. I think they were East Coast, but I vaguely remember seeing them in somebody's basement apartment or something in Richmond. Um, kind of emo adjacent, math rocky, a little bit harder hitting, I think. Experimental. Quite good album actually. 4.5 there. This was can't remember. I think it sounds like this is one I saw on Bandcamp. They did do a vinyl version after I bought this. There was so they were pressing a lot, and then I guess I repressed the CD. I picked up the CD, and then they repressed the vinyl again. But yeah, it's, emo. It's kind of that second wave sounding emo, but it's modern. First Day Back, self-titled. Oh no, First Day Back Forward is the album. Yeah, it's pretty solid. It's 4.5 in there. It's pretty, pretty average sounding retro emo sound. Now these are excellent. I highly recommend it. And there's a couple other in the series I wanted to pick up. So these are this is the Nina Simone original album classics. Luckily, I did not have any of these, which is awesome. So these are really good masterings for digital. They reproduce the original artwork from the LPs. Backwards, I guess. But can't get it back in there now. But yeah, this one I highly recommend. They're really nice sounding masterings. So it has Enough Said, To Leave, To Love Somebody, Black Gold. It is finished in Nina Simone and pianos. So some couple classics in there, some deeper cuts, but yeah, this is a 5 all day long. Highly recommend that for the price. I think it was 10-15 bucks in there, maybe 20, but it's worth it. Also really good mastering, Ministry original album collection or something, album series. So I kind of wish I had In Sympathy on here, but yeah, I regret selling some of this early Ministry stuff. I had like a lot of the early stuff, Twitch, yeah, yeah, Land of Rape and Honey, what was it? Yeah, I just said it. I was gone. But yeah, so this includes Twitch, Land of Rape and Honey, Mind is a Terrible Thing to Taste, in case you didn't feel like showing up the live album, and Psalm 69, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so all these are the better masterings. The early style mastering, not the Helping the Sword masterings. All sound excellent, no clipping. Highly recommend this comp if you. I had all this crap on vinyl. I'm pissed off I sold it at the originals. But yeah, I put it back in my collection, and now I'd consider my Ministry collection more or less done. Might pick up the original 12-inch singles comp, I think, at some point. So it's very close to one and done. This plus 12-inch singles, I think, would do you. I bought the Squirrely Ears, which are like recordings, I guess, which is also quite good. But I kind of have I kind of miss the original mastering. So, and I discovered that the CD version has way more tracks, and I kind of wish I bought that instead of the vinyl. But there might be a download code. I have to check that. But yeah, highly recommend this one. And I think that's good for now. So that's what I got. So probably see another 6 months the way things are going. See you around Christmas. Um, so hope everyone's having a good summer. Heading back to Japan for a little bit this summer, so maybe pick up some audio equipment and some more Japanese vinyl stuff that you can't get anywhere else. So take care, guys, and I'll get you on the flip side or whatever. I need a catchphrase later.